Good morning, class 12. Hope class 12 you all are fine. Okay, so today we are going to do some special case on equilibrium. But the thing is that many of you are not watching the video. Okay, so you see, these all topic, once more I'm saying, these all topic cannot be repeated. Okay, so if anyone is not watching the video and if they are not doing regular studies, then they cannot do profit, they cannot perform properly in economics. Okay, so I saw very less people are watching, so it makes sure that everyone should watch it very properly. Okay, if you'll take lightly in economics, then it will be a suffer for that particular student. Okay, because it is not that you will learn the economic in one day. Okay, so in economic you have to do regular studies. Okay, then only one can able to do it in ISC level. Okay, so hope you all will watch it properly and learn it properly. Okay, and whatever work I have given till now to do as a homework, notes, okay, everyone must maintain the copy. I'm going to ask everyone to send me what you have done in your copy. Okay, so everyone must complete, and on the basis of that copy only you may get marks on your assignment also. Hope your assignments are also completed. Okay, so make sure you're doing all your work very properly. Okay, if you'll not do, then that particular student will have to suffer. Okay, because economic is not a subject that which can be learned in one day. Okay, because each concept are different from one another. You see, in the last class we have done, and today we are going to do from chapter 6, that's equilibrium, but today again the concepts are different. Okay, so today we are going to some special cases. So we are going to do, okay, so we are going to learn about special cases of equilibrium. Now see, here we are going to do some special case on equilibrium. Okay, in what way we are going to see. So here we are going to talk about two things, that is perfectly elastic and perfectly inelastic demand. Okay, how they are in special case. And number two, perfectly elastic and perfectly inelastic supply. So here the first one that we are going to discuss, that is perfectly, okay, so we are going to discuss about perfectly elastic and perfectly, okay, so perfectly elastic and perfectly inelastic demand. Okay, so you see, on this topics we are going to explain about perfectly elastic and perfectly inelastic demand. Now you see, you all know now what is perfectly elastic demand. Okay, in perfectly elastic demand, what happens, what is the definition, which we have already done in the demand chapter, so you must know it. So if you see, if you don't learn those demand and supply chapter properly, again in this concept you will not be able to do it properly, you may have a problem in understanding. Okay, so you see, all the chapters are connected with one another, so you must, okay, do all the topic very properly. Now see, what is perfectly elastic demand. Now, in perfectly elastic demand, what happens? What is the definition? Okay, so when there is a small change in price, there will be unlimited, that is infinite change in quantity demanded. Okay, so in perfectly elastic demand, what happens? Okay, the definition. So when there is a small, insignificant change in the price, there will be infinite change in the quantity demanded. That is, elasticity of demand will be equal to infinity. Okay, so you see, now we are going to do a special case on equilibriums. Okay, equilibrium means here we are going to talk about demand, but we have to show about supply also. Okay, so you see, we are going, so this is perfectly elastic and perfectly inelastic demand we are going to study. but okay, in special case, so we will draw the curve of demand, but we will show the changes, that is shift in the supply. So this is the special cases. Okay, so you see perfectly elastic demand means when there is a insignificant change in price, there will be unlimited, that's infinite change in quantity demand. Okay, and perfectly inelastic means in perfectly inelastic demand, so when there is change in price but there will be no change in quantity demand, that means demand will have no change but there will be change in a price. In that case, the demand is considered to be the perfectly inelastic demand. So in that case, the elasticity of demand will be equal to 0. Okay, so the demand will be 0. So which definition and all you have already learned in the demand chapter. So now we are going to do, okay, so here the explanation is only with the help of your diagram. Please look at the diagram. So first, with perfectly elastic demand. So in perfectly elastic demand, okay, I said you that what changes you are going to see. So here the changes will be, there will be infinite change in demand due to insignificant change in price. Okay, so when there is a small change in price, there will be unlimited change in quantity demand. Okay, so this is a price, suppose, so this is a very small change in price, so unlimited change in quantity demand. Okay, so there will be unlimited change in quantity demand due to insignificant change in the price. Okay, now what you have to do, you have to show here a change in the supply, that is increase and decrease in supply, shift. Okay, special case, you see, remember, so you are drawing the diagram of the demand, but here you have to show about the shift in supply, that is increase in supply and decrease in supply. Okay, so here in increase and decrease in supply, what is there, you will see a price will be constant, only there will be change in quantity, equilibrium quantity, there won't be any change in the price. Okay, so in this special case, what is going to happen, there will be no change in the price but there will be change in equilibrium quantity. Okay, so we are going to show increase and decrease in your supply. Okay, so you see when you show both, so the middle one will be the best, middle one will be the, okay, so always remember that middle one is going to be the base. Okay, so you have to take as a base. So you, here we have taken P, so here we can take quantity with Q only. Okay, so we will denote it as a Q0. So another one we will take as a Q1, the another one we will take as a Q2. In some of the books you will find that M is also taken. Okay, or any other alphabets are also taken, so don't get confused, we can take Q only. Okay, otherwise everyone will get confused. Now, okay, we will show, this is your initial supply, so supply is always upward sloping, so this is your first initial, okay, supply curve SS. Okay, now you see supply curve and demand curve, they interact, so this is your equilibrium point. Second one, S1, so this is second equilibrium, E1. So you see this is moving from left to the right, so this is increase in supply. Now we will show decrease from right, it is moving to the left. Okay, S2. Now E1 equilibrium, E2. Okay, so this is your special case. So you see, in special case, when we discussed about perfectly elastic demand, so perfect elastic demand we are showing insignificant change in price. Okay, due to that unlimited change in quantity demand is there. So, but in special case, when you are showing about demand, you have to show shift about the supply. Okay, so this is only the special case. So when you are writing, you will just explain that the demand curve is perfectly elastic. Okay, so here a change in supply is shown, that means increase in supply, decrease in supply. Okay, here your demand curve is, so you see the demand curve is parallel to x-axis. So what I am saying, that much only you have to write. So here the demand curve is parallel to x-axis, and your supply, increase in supply and decrease in supply has been shown. Okay, so here there is a change in equilibrium quantity, but there is no change in the price. The equilibrium price will remain the same, so there is no change in the price. Okay, but equilibrium price, but equilibrium quantity, there is a change. So this is a special case. Okay, so this was about a perfectly elastic demand. Now we are going to draw about perfectly inelastic demand. I've said you that in perfectly inelastic demand there will be change in price, but there won't be change in your quantity, equilibrium quantity. So already you have done in the demand chapter. Okay, so same concept you have to use. So this is your special case. So in special case, always remember, if it is talking about demand, we have to show supply. If it will talk about perfectly elastic supply, then we have to show shift. Okay, we have to show increase and decrease in demand. So this is the differences in your special cases. Okay, so now you see here we are going to prepare perfectly inelastic demand. So 3 price, initial. Okay, so here there will be change in price, so you have to show the change in price, but quantity will remain the same. Okay, P0, P1, P2. Okay, now here equilibrium quantity, always it will remain same. So when there is no change in demand, there will be change in price, that is considered to be your perfectly inelastic demand. So here if your price ratio of demand will be equal to 0 only. So you have done already in your demand chapters. Okay, so you see this is initial, so you'll show initial, then change. Okay, this is your demand curve. Now you see, so here you see here, so there will be no change in quantity, but there is change in price. So this phenomena is considered to be the perfectly inelastic demand. Now see, demand we have shown, but now you have to show a shift in supply. Okay, now you see in this you have to show the shift also. Okay, so you have to show the shift. So shift, supply is a upward sloping curve, so you will show it here. Supply, this is the point where equilibrium take place, E. This is your second, S1, S1, E1. Okay, this is your third one, S2, S2, and this is E2. Okay, so you see in perfectly inelastic demand we have shown a change in supply. Okay, so from left it is moving to the right, increase in supply. From right it is moving toward the left, decrease in supply. So this phenomenon is considered to be the special case on equilibrium. So on demand you have to show shift in supply. Okay, so this is your special case. So I have explained you this now. Now you see here your demand curve is parallel to y-axis. Okay, here the demand curve was parallel to x-axis in this perfectly elastic. Okay, so this is your perfectly elastic demand, and this is your perfectly inelastic demand. Okay, so you see here the demand is parallel to y-axis, so there is change in equilibrium price, but there is no change in equilibrium quantity. Only this 2-3 line explanation only you have to do. So demand curve is parallel to y-axis. Okay, there is change in equilibrium price, but there is no change in equilibrium quantity. Okay, so you see there is increase in supply, there is decrease in supply. So that much only you have to draw and explain it. Okay, so this was about your perfectly elastic and perfectly inelastic demand. So please look, you have to draw. Okay, by looking you have to draw in your copy and explain in your own words. Okay, what I said, only those explanations you are going to do it. Please look very properly. Okay, so now the next topics we are going to do. Now you see about demand we have done. Now we are going to show about supply. So in demand we have shown change in shift in supply. Now in supply we will show a shift in demand. So this is the special case on equilibrium. Okay, now you see, so we are going to do about perfectly elastic and perfectly inelastic supply. So you see perfectly elastic and perfectly inelastic supply. So you see, just now we have done about the demand. So here we are going to do about the supply, just opposite. Okay, so you see perfectly elastic supply also same only. So when there is an insignificant change in price, there will be unlimited change in quantity supply. So here also elasticity of supply will be equal to infinity. So those all the definition you have to keep in your mind. So this is also explanation with the help of your diagram only. Okay, so here also diagrams we have to draw the similar type of diagram. Okay, y x quantity price 0. Now you see here also we are going to consider as your price insignificant change in price. So this is, so in demand we have shown demand, here we have to show as it is a supply. Okay, so here also, so special case means, so we are talking about supply, but the shift, but the change, okay, change in supply, change in demand we have to show. In demand we have shown supply, so in supply we have to show about the demand. So here also we are going to take three quantity. First with the base we can take Q0, second quantity Q1, okay, third quantity as a Q2. So this is a base. Now you see you have to remember, so as it is a demand curve is always downward sloping. Okay, so you see you are going to take a downward sloping curve. Okay, D, this is a meeting point of demand and supply equilibrium. Second one, downward sloping curve, D1, E1. Okay, new equilibrium. Now third one, D2, equilibrium to E2. So you see here we have in supply we are showing a change, that is increase in supply and decrease in supply and demand. So this is a special case. So here the supply curve is parallel to x-axis. So there is no change in equilibrium price, but there is change in equilibrium quantity. So there is increase in supply and decrease in supply. Only this much you have to explain, okay, after drawing this diagram. Okay, so it's very easy to keep in mind. So you have to remember this is a special case. Okay, this is not in any other format. So in here only special case are there, and from special case any one or two question it comes in the board exam every year. So it will confuse you. So but this confusion is very easy. So in special case, you know, in supply we have to show a change in demand. Okay, that is shift in demand, and in demand we have to show about supply. So this simple thing if you keep in mind, so it becomes very easy. Okay, and absolutely it is very easy only. Now, so this was about your perfectly elastic supply. Now we are going to see about perfectly, okay, inelastic supply. So I said you perfectly inelastic demand, just now I have taught you. Now it is about supply. So here also they will be in perfectly inelastic supply. So here also there will be no change in quantity supply, but there will be change in your price. So there is change in price, but there is no change in quantity supply, and in supply we call it perfectly inelastic supply. So here the elasticity of supply, okay, the price elasticity of supply will be equal to 0. Now, so here also we are going to take the similar thing. So here also three price will take P0, P1, P2. Okay, your quantity supply will be fixed. This is your price, quantity, now initial quantity 3 only. Okay, so you see this is your supply, as we are showing supply. Okay, now here also what you are going to show, you are going to show a change, that's increase and decrease in demand. Okay, so this is initial. So demand curve is always a downward sloping, so you will be shown with a downward sloping curve. Okay, both equilibrium DD. This is D1, D1, E1 equilibriums. Okay, the third is D2, D2. This is equilibrium 2. Okay, so you see, so in supply we are showing a change in demand. Okay, and in demand we have shown a shift in supply. So this is only considered to be a special case. So here you see the supply curve is parallel to y-axis, and here the supply curve is parallel to x-axis. So you see here the supply curve is parallel to y-axis. So there is change in equilibrium price, but there is no change in equilibrium quantity. So there is increase and decrease in demand. Okay, so this much is only the explanation with the help of a diagram. So if it comes, it comes. So 2 or 3 marks only. But with the diagram and whatever I have said, that those explanation you have to do it. Okay, so first is that the supply curve is parallel to y-axis. Okay, so there is change in equilibrium price. There is no change in equilibrium quantity. So there is increase in demand and decrease in demand take place. So in this way, every topic, the 4 topics, you have to explain it. So it is quite easy. Okay, so when you keep all this definition in mind, then it becomes easy. So if you know the demand and supply chapter, then it becomes okay, then only it becomes very perfect. Okay, then only it becomes very perfect. So you see children, this all you all will draw in your copy and you will do the explanations. Okay, and you will learn it. Okay, so that in that way you will become perfect. Otherwise, if you don't look the video, if you don't understand the concept, okay, in that way you will not be able to do it. So hope so that this time everyone will watch the video very properly. Okay, as you like. I know many, they don't want to study only, so that's why they are not paying any attentions. Okay, so if anyone want to study, then they will do it. If they don't want, that is up to them. Now you see, we are going to show the next topic is about our maximum price legislations or price selling or rationing, and we are going to do the next topic. One is about rationing and one is about that is a price selling, and one is about your price floor. These 2 topics is important. From these 2 topic also compulsory question comes every year. This is the last topic of this chapter. Okay, so you see here. Now in price selling, what is price selling means? You see first the meaning. So it is the maximum legal price, okay, which the supplier can change for a particular goods or services. So it is a legal price, so which the supplier can change, okay, for a particular goods or any particular services. Okay, now you see in India the price ceiling is imposed on. So this price ceiling will be imposed by the government. Why? So that the poor people or the underprivileged people, they can afford to buy some of the necessity commodity from the market. So here the market stand not only open market from where you buy. So here the necessity good will be sold in PDS, public distribution systems. Okay, so here generally the price ceiling is imposed on the goods such as rice, wheat, kerosene oil, okay, sugar. So whatever goods we get in the ration, that is in PDS, so those are price which is fixed by the government, that is called price ceiling. So in price ceiling, the price will be fixed by the government below the equilibrium price, okay, less than the equilibrium price. Whatever the price exists in the market, less than that. Why? So that the poor people and underprivileged people, they can afford to buy some of the necessity commodity from the PDS, so that at least their dietary need can be fulfilled. Okay, that's why price ceiling plays very important role. Okay, now you see in this COVID-19 also, so many people, almost we can say a large number of people for the first time, okay, they have used PDS systems. So here also government, what they have done, they have issued the food grain at a no cost only, you can say. They did not charge any cost. Okay, on the normal days, Okay, not this epidemic. So out of this epidemic, in normal days you see APL, BPL, AY cards are issued, that is the tokens are issued. Now you see when the government has fixed a price that is below the equilibrium, that is called price ceiling. Now it is not possible to be sold those goods by the government in the open market. Then what will happen? The demand will increase. Okay, so when demand will increase, the government will not be able to fulfill everyone's demand. That's why what the government has done, how to sold those products to the people who are in need. So they have make a token, that is your ration card. So according to their income level and according to their economic condition, okay, they have made a category of APL, BPL and AAY. Okay, and price also has been quoted according to that standard. Okay, now you see, so through rationing, okay, the people get all this necessary product at a lower price. So this lower price is only considered to be a price ceiling, which is the price which is fixed by the government. Okay, so this price is fixed by the government. Now here diagram is there, so that diagram we will do explanation in the next class. Okay, so here some topics are there which I am clearing you first. Now allocation of supply. So some of time, okay, in our country, uh, many times it has been seen that some rules were applied for some of the necessity commodity which was disbursed by the government in some of, okay, in a tough conditions of a country. That is, okay, some method they have used. Okay, now you see in this COVID-19 what method they have used? Free rationing, okay, to everyone's. Okay, now you see some method they have used first come first served. That means who will come first they will get, who will come late they will not get. So when the good will go out of the stock, so this also was the method which India have adopted. Okay, when there was a shortage of some of the commodities such as kerosene oil, petrol, onions, okay, sugar, etc. So these all like India have already faced in their economy. So while distributing this good, limited quantity is there, so what they will do, so they made a rule, first come first serve. That means early morning who used to come and stand in the queue, they used to get. So after certain time when the product is over, at the back those who are standing in the queue, for them there was no product. So first come first serve. So this sort of thing, okay, is a disadvantage is also there, like people have to come in the early morning, waste the whole day, at last many people they may not get the product because it may go out of the stock. Okay, so when there is a shortage, the government does this way for distributing their commodities. Next is number two. Next is your number two is allocations by self, that is your seller preference. That means seller will sell according to their preference. Okay, so you see in this preference what they do, when the limited quantity of goods are there, so seller they will sell the goods only to their well-known customers. Okay, and those who are new customer to them, they may not sell any goods. Okay, so this was also one conditions. Next, rationing. So rationing is what? It is a systems of distributing a specific quantity, that means specified quantity which has been given by the government, and the price of the product has been fixed by the government through PDS. The people get the goods. Today if any product is 3 rupees 25 paise, that means they have a right only to take 3 rupees 25 paise, not more than that. Okay, so in rationing we get a good according to our category of APL, BPL, AOY. So coupon has been given, that is your ration card. Okay, so they have to buy this good according to the price which is fixed by the government. Okay, so these are the points which is under price ceiling. So diagram discussions and other points we will do in our next video, in our next class. So make sure children you all are watching the videos, okay, and studying very properly and do your all the work. Okay, thank you for today.